everyone, welcome to Stonehearth Town. So welcome back to our little desert town. Looks like we're fighting some little kobolds over here. We got, I think that is Dashan or Maya fighting some kobolds, and then we're gonna gather our troops and we're gonna bring them all over the hill because we don't want to leave Dasha alone. So we're gonna bring everyone with us and have a good raiding party against the kobolds. And another thing, guys, we're gonna focus on today is that we're gonna be building a blacksmith building. So we have our blacksmith building up at the mountains, but I feel like it is time that we actually make a real building for the blacksmith, and we might even move it down in town. We might at least design it in town, and then later we can decide if we're gonna have it there or not. Okay, let's attack these guys. Go against the wall gold clink first. Get some good archers in the back. I love that crossbow range we got there. Legolas, our archer, is doing great. And I do wonder, I don't think we have those quivers yet, so let's have a look here. Oh no, we don't have them. Okay, so we have to make bolts for our crossbow uses, and quivers are for when we have an archer with a bow. So we have to look into that. Dashan, level 2 already, awesome. It's gonna be speed leveling quite a bit. And who knows, we might get a second archer. Archers are really good for like target damage. I mean, I would say that footmen are more of like cleave damage. And the good thing with the archers is that I have a lot of armor penetration, which should help against tanky enemies. Okay, let's just get this last little one. Got some dusty weather today. Looks like we're recovering the eye from the dusty storm. But love the immersion, right? Okay, I feel like that went pretty good. Looks like I think that's bound to the rioter. The Sultan is going home. Needs some medical attention for that poison damage. Okay, so our blacksmith is working up here, right? And where could we have our blacksmith? We're gonna have a market over here. And I feel like we could probably start to build this one, just so we can get the base out first. So let's do that. And I also did recently design this, by the way, because I used a mod called Gardens of Hearth, and really nice and awesome mod, but unfortunately at the moment it is not super compatible with Ace because Herbalist changes to the seeds and everything, so... But who knows, maybe there will be a fix in the future for it, so that would be awesome. So it is still kind of possible to use it for those flowers, but it is very troublesome to work with it, so... For that reason I decided to swap those flowers out to these potted flowers pots instead, because it's gonna be a lot easier to craft those, so it's gonna be awesome. And the good thing with these is actually that you can decide whatever herb you want to grow in them. So let's say we want to have like maybe sugar bells there, but let's say like some red ones, some oleander. You can have that in these two. And if you don't enable harvesting, they shouldn't be like harvesting them either. So we can have like red there, and if we want we can have a different color in the middle. So maybe we have a red tulip. It's kind of red, I guess, but it's a little bit more towards the pink side, I would say. So that's why I updated my template for this one, because the other one was kind of hard to acquire. Oh yeah, okay, so nice. So, a building for the blacksmith. This is gonna be too small for a place if we're gonna have it down in town. But it could be possible over here, or we can have that over here. I'm not sure if I want the blacksmith to be up here though. I feel like that's not the right position for it. So I would say it's more leaning towards maybe the back here. Yeah, it could be like, because I think the building would be... The shape would be like going out like that, if we do that, and then it goes back kind of far back here. That means we have to get away our sheep that we have here at the moment. And we're gonna move them anyway, so it might be a good choice to do it right now then. And we can have, I think, 4 sheep here, yes, okay. So let's see if we can set up a new one for the sheep first, so we can just maybe start to move them over. Like, we don't really have to do it. I guess they can live there for now. Happy sheep for now. And we can just design our building because we know the width between here anyway. So let's see what we got here. I'm gonna save 2 blocks at the side, so that's 17 width, so that's a good amount of width for it. It's very, very dusty, so it might be a little bit tricky for you guys to see what I'm designing, but I hope it's gonna be kind of visible at least. I can't really do much about it, unfortunately. Okay, so let's go into the building design. We're gonna make a new building. And I'm kind of thinking inspired by how Mad Blacksmith looks in fantasy, like they have their building and they have another side that has like a roof covering where they are working outside. So that's the kind of way I want to go with this. But to keep it like a Raya themed kind of color for it. So let's go for our walls, and we could use that one. However, it could be fun to make it pop out from everything else. I might change it later though, who knows. But we could use like this color, we have this one. And I think that is maybe that one. Let's see. Go here. Okay, this is the darker one, okay. New building. And I want to elevate this up as well, so that's where the building is going to be standing. So let's take this one. So we know 11 in width, and this is going to be the building itself, so 13 by 11 I think might be pretty good. They do not even have to be this wide really. But let's start with this as a base. Or maybe 9 would be better. Let's try 9. And then we're going to have like a room above here. And then we're going to change the color for this to that color. And then we're going to change the column to be... Let's see, what are we using this one? Let's try that one. Okay, so it's very, very similar. And we're going to change the floor. So the floor could kind of be any floor really. And we just recolored outside, so we could even have that one. I don't think that's what I want though, however. So, I'm kind of leaning towards a green one, but also maybe recolor it a bit, so leave the corners like that. Recoloration like so. And then maybe we can do the middle like that, maybe. Maybe something like that. And outside is going to be pretty easy. We just can recolor it like that. And if you want to, we can make the top wider also. We can experiment with this. It's fun to experiment. So we need to have, I would say, 2 doors for this. So one door can be this side, another door is going to be this side. And this one is like leading out to the work area. So let's go for a door. You can have it centered, if you want to, in the middle maybe. Yeah, let's go with that. And let's make a staircase. We can change the color later if we decide to do so. And maybe we want to do it like this. Let's cover it up a bit like so. Very nice. And then we're gonna have a roof over here, so I'm thinking that we will use some supports. So we use some thick pillars. And I think the best would be maybe to try first maybe with workstation under here, because it might be kind of limited, but let's make these pop up a bit. We're gonna have like a leaning roof maybe, and we can have like a straight roof also, but I think we're gonna go for a leaning roof for this. And it could be made in, I'm thinking kind of like reddish almost. I've used that for this one. Kind of like that color we got over those tents over there. It's like sort of, I would say there's... My children have something like that before. But yeah, something like that. And let's try first. Let's maybe lower these at least. Can maybe go that low even? Let's give this a try and let's take 3 at a time here. And see where we're colliding with the building. It would be like that. Can give that a try, and maybe these could also be popping up through here. Let's try that at least. And then there's gonna be like a second floor on this. And I'm gonna be very experimental with this, so I'm gonna make some supports from here. And then I'm gonna make them kind of like go out like this. to be able to hold up the building. And I don't know how this can look, but I think that's really, really fun to play around and break down the square shape of it. You can even go like that, so they're pointing out a bit more than the wall. So how big was this? This was 12. Okay, so I want to have it odd numbers. I prefer odd numbers. That would be 14 if we go like that. We can make it go over that one as well if we want to. We can give that a try. We can also, if you want to, we can remove the corners. Let's give that a try and see if experimenting a bit. Here we go. And we can also lower this. Let's try 2 blocks lower. We could have done it for the bottom as well. But I think we're gonna keep that. I kinda like the green floors. I might save that again. And let's just grab some coloration and repaint outside. Okay, there we go. And if you want to, we could also change these, like maybe want the top to be a different color. I kinda like it like that. Usually when I make my more medieval building, I kinda make buildings like that. Like this one, you can see we have like a brown bottom. And here's a white and there's brown, and at the very, very bottom there's even some stone. So that's kind of fun to play around with. So many ways to do it. And I also did discover that I have a few buildings that I made that I haven't put to use yet, that I might be adding by the way, so I just want to show them briefly. So I think this is one of them. Has a lot of shape going on. And probably add it to the package so you guys can use it. And then we have this one. I think this one's really nice. Kind of different shape to it. And then we have this one, which is supposed to be next to water. You can see that little pier thing, the little bridge. That's pretty neat. And I also did see that I did have like an monument kinda that I might use. Let's see if I can find it. This one, yes. I might be popping that down somewhere because we have a lot of buildings. It would be fun to add something that is not a house. Like we have market stalls, we got the farming going on, but it's always nice to have some town squares and some other points of interest, a garden or something like that, to make it feel maybe a little bit more interesting, a little bit more realistic. Let's also paint some textures here, so we're gonna go pretty basic. So already just adding a one color like that, I think that does quite a bit. And if you want to, we can also add in a third color, so I'm just doing that outside of these. And if you want to, we can do that at maybe at the very edge and see how that looks, how that feels. If you like it, we might keep it. I think that's pretty good. Might be too much, maybe. We will see. Okay, so this one is not like sitting centered over this, but I think that is fine. Sometimes I think it's better or more interesting that way. And since we have pretty low walls, I think it's a good idea to use these windows. Got some good shape. I kind of like the blue one almost. But it might be a little bit too much of a difference. We have used the green one quite a bit, so we could go with that one. Or maybe we can use this one. That one won't pop out as much. I don't know why, I kinda like the blue one, I can't help it. Let me know if it's a mistake. And I also do need to do some recoloration down here, it seems. There we go. So yeah, might go blue ones, that will make it pop out as a blacksmith maybe. And let's go and see, so this is the standard furnace. So if you want to have it like under the roof, but we can also have it like there. But we also have the, if you search for furnace, we have this one. This is the upgraded version. If we want to, we can make holes there also. But I do think that this one could kind of be sitting against the wall like that. And then maybe we can have like an anvil under here if you search for anvil. That's the ordinary standard one, and here we have the enhanced one. So I do think for sharing this, since I will be doing that, I'm gonna use the standard one. Just to make it a little bit like quicker to acquire it. So let's go with this one first. And then I'm gonna search for anvil again. Here we go. And for now we can put it there. We might move the position later on. There's also an kiln that we can use. This one. This one is kind of cool because that actually has the little pipe going up. So it could be fun, depending on how this works, to like push it through. We can also add extra roof at places, like we can have like another roof above this here. So that is definitely possible. Yeah, that might be fun. I might even try that. I like to add quite a bit of roof to my buildings. I think it makes it kind of interesting. So maybe have that. And then we grab the same kind of like, do kind of similar thing here. Maybe the support under this, or yeah, under this will be a little bit thinner poles. We can do the same, I guess, I suppose. Yeah, maybe. 8. If we go like that, perhaps. Then we go up 4, I think would be good here. We're a little bit closer, we have to climb above those. So perhaps if we go like that, and then we're gonna grab... I'm gonna do kind of the same thing here. So here we could end right under there, might be pretty good. And then we're gonna grab some more cutter again and kind of do the same thing here. But here we're gonna do an extra of these because it's a little bit wider, and then we're gonna grab the right cutter and do like that, and outer as well. I think that's pretty good. We could add in between here as well, but I think this might be good. It's almost like I want to make that one right instead. I might go like that. I think this is pretty okay. It's a pretty large building, but then it can be melting under here. And it should work with an enhanced one as well. And I can have an anvil here. Or it could be anything really. I think it's kind of fun. Like if this touches... like over here, when you walk by the street, maybe it will hurt your eardrums, but you can actually see the anvil doing some work, and I think that's fun to be able to see that. And I also want to experiment and see what if we attach something like this to the sides? Is that good or bad? Start from the same spot like that. I kinda like it. Might be too much. Let's lower these at least. It's not even sure we need to have these here. Maybe they don't need to be pop up, but let's try like that. Let's do the same for these. And we can always adjust this, right? So yeah, maybe it'd be like that. I think that's kinda nice. I'm still not sure with this thing, but it might work. Okay, and then we need to have like a roof above this. So I wonder if you should go a flat roof or make it pop out even more. So I'm gonna try, let's try to add some squares in every kind of like corner like this. And then we're gonna like find a way to make it look neat. Okay, we can try that. I'm thinking I almost want to try to do... I almost want to make the roof a little bit point on this one. Let's give that a try. Then we go up like that, perhaps. Do not need to go higher, I think. We could maybe go one more. The very top. I don't know how this is gonna look, so bear with me. And then let's try to fill in some color. Can always go back if it doesn't work out. Okay. I'm not sure if I like this actually. I think already there it's better. I'm not sure for those. I'm probably gonna change that. But let's keep trying for a bit. All the way up like that. And maybe if we start to add something more in the corners, maybe it could be like that. Maybe these are going up all around. Like that, and then this go down. Or maybe it should go up, let's try. And then we do need to make something over here. I think we can do it like that, maybe. Maybe we can just do it like this. Instead of making it go over, we just go like that. I'm still not sure what I think about it. I think the roof might not be a good fit. And I feel like we maybe should just go for more of a flat roof. So let's try that. At least we tried it, and now we can move on to trying something else. So let's grab this color. And I think we're just gonna kind of like cover the top. Like that. And then we can use, let's see, I think the darker color. And then we can do like this kind of shape around it. Maybe like this. And then we need to have something around here. So what do we use for this one? Okay, that one is sitting outside kinda. Give that a try, like a little bit of a darker color. And I'm starting to feel like we shouldn't really use these. So let's go back to this one and let's go for the green ones and push them maybe a little bit tighter. We can also have them, like we can have a lot of windows here if you want to, but like we can put it in the corner like that. And we can have two next to each other as well. But I think we're gonna go like that. I feel like this side would be kinda nice to have some, like 4 windows. Yes. And also, let's see then, let's grab, I think we have some of these dark little things pointing out. And either we can have them like under here, or we can have them sitting here. I think I might do a deer for this one. I think that might be better. Do it like that, and for this side as well, of course. Okay, there we go. I think it already looked quite a bit better. In this case, I also want to try to do some extra color in the corners. Gonna be a little bit more of an fancier building. It's a rich blacksmith, a famous one living here. Okay. I feel like there's something missing. I wonder how it would look if we have some of that color here. Like the bottom. Maybe not. I kinda like it as it is really. And what we could do is to grab that color and see, or even this one, just to make it like a little bit darker on the tops. Maybe like that. That's pretty nice. Okay, so before we get too far, let's make sure we tag that as a roof so we can see through it. And then on the inside here, let's go and grab some color. I feel like I kind of almost want to have it fully green, but let's experiment a bit. I'm gonna go fully green, I think. Okay, let's see if I tag this as a roof. Okay, we can easily hide it then. So that might be a pretty good idea, but maybe even better would be if we first we remove this. Tag that as a roof so we can still see them. Then we're just gonna push these up and push those up. So it's gonna be a little bit easier when we look through it to kind of see what we're doing underneath. So, and we're gonna do the same for this one. So remove. And the way this kind of works is because connected things will become the same kind of group of objects, so that's why we're disconnecting it. So now it becomes like that, and then we can just fix it. But somehow it did look like this also became a roof, but it's not really any problem. We can just remove that, and then we can just add back here and also add back over here. And then we can see through again. Just like we want it. Okay, nice. I definitely feel like we're gonna need some urns outside. I think we're gonna start from outside and go to the inside. That's usually how I design my buildings. And that might be a good or bad way. This is the way that I prefer to do it. So I'm gonna have some urns sitting over there. Gonna be nice. We definitely need like a blacksmith sign outside. Fancy clay blacksmith sign. I almost want to have this hanging pretty high up, maybe. Or is that too high up? Or what we could do, we can actually grab that color. It could also not be in wood, of course. I might actually change it to not be wood. But then we would put a sign on this one. Attach it like that. Maybe people can see it then, or just on one of them. I might do two, I don't know. Maybe it's not too much, maybe. But we could recolor it, and maybe only parts of it would be wood, so we can be like that, maybe. Yeah, that might be better. So that's gonna say like, hello, come by here, come visit the blacksmith shop. And we are gonna need some places to store things. I really wish I could sort these categories a little bit better. I don't think it's super good. It kind of works, but it could definitely be even better. Okay, so I'm thinking of having some wall shelves here, and maybe we can store some items on them. I think this one can be pushed back one step more. And then we can add like a shelf. We can also search for shelves, and these are wooden shelves. Maybe you should go for the clay ones. So this is the one that sits on the wall, and then we have one that should also be... I think they're called racks, the one for the bottom. Here we go. So we can store like some ore or whatever we want to have on them. We have some baskets, not really what I was looking for. Let's see, we should have some good containers. We do have this ceramic supply basin, and we can have different colors for these, so that's pretty neat. So perhaps we can have ores in these if we want to. And we can have quite a few different ones. And I can still access that. Maybe one of them can be like a different color. Maybe like that. Kind of want to move to the middle though, like so. Neat. And let's see, firewood. So we can have one of these also sitting here. And this is what we would fill up with some firewood fuel. That could be nice. The anvil over here, so we might want to have some containers for that as well. I wonder if these could hold ores in them. I always forget what they can contain. Production ton. It's kind of nice that it says that this is crafted by a carpenter level 4. And it also says the beauty value and the value of the items. That's really nice. I was looking for something like this. Let's see what kind of bins we have. let's maybe go for this one. This is actually made by the blacksmith, so we can have some supplies there. Kind of like ingots in them. We can also have one of those, I'm not sure if they're called tables. Supply tables, yes. So right next to the anvil, maybe they could be standing here and working. We can have some supplies on there. That can be kind of neat. Okay, so let's see. This is also now, so if I would tag this, it would also remove the bottom. So what we can do in this case, I think it's gonna be the best, is to remove that. Tag this as a wall and change that one. You want the arrow to point away from you while you're doing this to get the correct orientation. However, there is like a bug, so if you use my templates and it doesn't work, it is most likely the bug that when you rotate a template, you somehow do not rotate the arrow facing inwards. It remains the same no matter how you rotate it. It is a really annoying bug. I don't think it has been fixed. But now we can see through there. And actually, let's remove this and tag that as a wall as well. Here we go. And now we add back the bottom. We can also have made them thicker like this if we want to, but I think we can go like we had it. But now we can see through it as you see, and we can also lower the view with this one. So the bottom is mostly gonna be a staircase. Not too much more can go in there really, and we also can have like I think like a desk where the blacksmith would have their shop kinda. And since the staircase is not for customers, I think it makes sense that it can start in back here, because there's only really the blacksmith for blacksmiths that's gonna be living here, so. And the other ones have no reason to be there, right? Okay, so we need to go something like that would be good enough. And we do have windows there, so that would be troublesome. I was thinking of dividing this. We could divide it like that and that, but this would be a big space. I guess we can decorate it, and this could be the bedroom. I'm not sure if I want to do it like that, however. I think it would have been better like that, because this side do not need to be very big, but it could be a big room as well. Really depends on how you want to have it, but it can also be... It could also be like this. Then we can have something in the corner, and I think we would have to go like that though, and that would be to thin them. And if we go like that, a door is not going to be very good there. However, it do not need to be a door, and I can see that this is also hitting the window over there, so I think we may need to scrap this idea. But instead we can have like kind of like a little divider, I suppose. That might make it look a bit better. We can have it maybe like that. And then we're gonna need some beds. And I think we can go with maybe 2 beds. Because we might have two blacksmiths living here. It's a pretty big building, so I think it would make sense. So I'm thinking that they will... Can there be 2 next to each other over here? Could be. We get a little bit of an odd space over there, however. So maybe if we rotate this around. Point it like that. They sleep next to each other like this. Yeah, that could work. Let's search for a dresser. So we only have porcelain dresses from Right Children, but I think that could actually do in this case. I feel like this blacksmith is pretty rich. They are able to afford things. People desire the goods they're making. They like their tools, they like their armor, they like their weapons. They are doing a great job in selling a lot of things. Might a merchant visit them to buy their exquisite wares, I guess. Let's see for some decoration. We can always have a little bunny in the middle. Every home need a little bunny. And let's see what more. We could add some of these decorations as well. And one in each corner there to spice it up a bit. Make it look a little bit less empty, and maybe an herbalist pot or two. Growing some plants next to there. That should be pretty good. And we can also have those flowers grown outside. So let's see, I think they're called... Let's search for hanging. Ah, this is from the Gardens of Hearth mod, by the way. I really wish these were functioning fully. They are so beautiful, these flowers. But if we're gonna go for flowers, we're gonna go with the clay window planters. But like I said before, the good thing is that with these we can grow whatever we want in them. And I think it would be nice to give them some flowers here as well. For every window, they love flowers. They might be a blacksmith, but they have close contact with the herbalist. We could have windows at the bottom as well, I guess. I'm not sure if I want to have that. But let's look into making a desk. I know there's some pre-made things you can craft for it, but I think in this case it's better to make our custom on ourselves and just need one space to walk through. Let's see if I share. I think we might have to go for a wooden one, because I don't know, I feel like these do not make a lot of sense. We do not really have to have a share. I wonder if there's some weapons we can put on the walls or something. We could have, let's see, here then. Okay, so what we could do then would be to... we can have some porcelain shells. We can have some of these to display some items. Isn't there like an... I think we did that before. Short market trading shelf. Other players and travelers can buy from these. So we could have like them sitting there. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna have some sitting here so they can go into the shop and look at those. That could be kind of neat. And then we're also gonna go for some shelves and racks. So we can put these like in the back, so if you're a customer you can see them in the back like so. And we can have at the bottom as well if we want to. I don't really think we need that. I think that will be plenty enough. And I definitely feel like we should have like a little pot to plant things in here. That's always nice when you go inside, a little plant pot. And we're also gonna need some lanterns. What to call lamp maybe. Here they are. Those are for the walls. Maybe candle. I feel like a candle would fit better in here. And we're gonna use the ace candles for this. So, do we have a clay version? Pewter wall candle. Okay, let's go for that one. So I'm thinking over there, and maybe the pot will be over here. That could be nice. A blacksmith hammer display. I don't know, I kind of want to add one of these. I feel like that kind of makes sense. I might even put one of those outside next to the anvil. To be like, oh, there's the tool hanging. And that's the one to use when you're forging. I'm gonna do that. I hope there's not any problems with it. And I wonder if you should use one of these when you get inside as well. I don't really feel like we do need to do so, but we could. And this one's gonna go away. I think that's pretty neat. You can always decorate it a bit more later also, and perhaps the bottom can be a brighter color. And the same for this, so it's darker on the sides. Okay, there we go. I feel like I'm pretty satisfied. We can probably add some more clay lamps outside, however. So maybe we can add these. So like where you get into the shop we can add 2, I think. And then we can have... I'm not sure if we need to have it under here. We could have it. I feel like the corner over here would have one. And maybe like... It might look kind of cool to have some glowing under here. 1 or so. I'm gonna give it a try. So I hope you guys like it. It turned out a bit bigger than I was thinking. I was thinking of only like this section and not this one, but I can't resist making another roof. And roofs are fun to make. I feel like they add so much. And I wonder if we should do this. I'm gonna go like that, I think. We could kind of make them connected. Let's go like that. Here we go. Okay, I feel pretty satisfied with it. So do let me know if you have any suggestions or things we should do for it before we finalize the building. But I'm gonna save this one for now. Here we go. And yeah, I guess this was more of a building episode. Do let me know, guys, if you enjoy building episode, if you prefer gameplay. I myself, I prefer both, but I think there might be different preferences. Okay, but yeah, like this one would be nice. Might not fit here anymore, but we can have it definitely in some corner somewhere. We could even have it up here, we'll see. Yeah, we could, but I think it will go down here somewhere. And yeah, so hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you liked how it looks. Give me feedback, and if you want the name of the game, do let me know in the comments. Thanks for my members here on YouTube as well for supporting me. Super kind and awesome, you guys. And I hope to see you guys soon again. And maybe we could get a stream going someday soon again. I really hope so. But guys, thanks for watching. Have a great rest of the day. And take care, everyone. Have a good one.